What is going on, everybody? Welcome in. I'm in Life Live. Of course, you know we are your linemen of Lineman Life, Uche Nwaneri, Justin Blaylock,
Sir.
vets in the game, and we are here on Monday to talk about Week 14 in the NFL. Your boys almost gave it up.
Hey, at the end of the season, they're not going to say, oh, was it pretty? Was it ugly? Did you have to come back and beat, an almost winless team? It's just going to say win,
It's just going to say wins. It's going to be a W.
Did you
Don't
win?
need to tell them the story. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We are going to get into the headlines of the day. And for this Monday in particular, we are going to take a quick look at something that is bouncing around the internet. Of course, the internet is undefeated. And when it comes to some of our favorite content on the internet, it is always that of a dispute. And we have a dispute here between two big names in me and sports media. Of course, Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. This shit has been on people's lips all day today. And oh wow, I'm just seeing over here in the hold on real quick.
Oh, he died.
Look here. Coach Leach.
I heard he had a medical issue this morning.
Mike Leach, famous coach in college, coached at a number of spots. Most, I think, for me, because two of my siblings went to our alma maters from Texas Tech. He coached there for a while, and he was a big name out there. And it appears that he has passed away, but not sure if there's any confirmation on that. Seen a lot of RIPs. Oh, no. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like it might be something that is official. If so, definitely our condolences. Send those out. Mike Leach passed away. I saw that he had a heart attack today, apparently, and he was in critical condition. But sad to hear it, sad to see it. If this is totally confirmed, which it looks like it may be. So RIP to Mike Leach. Condolences to who's he with Mississippi State?
Yeah, Mississippi State now, or most recently.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, definitely condolences. That's tough. That is tough. All right. Well, let's get back to it. Lighten the mood up a little bit here. Skip and
hold on. We might have jumped the
Shannon.
gun. We got some folks saying the man's still alive.
Is he? Okay, look, hey,
Yeah,
we don't know.
I hate this.
We're not saying that it's confirmed, but you know how fucking the internet is. Everybody's already started.
And I hate this. Like, can we at least let the man, try to recover?
You know how it is. You can't. That's why I said, hey, we ain't confirmed it. It looks like it, but we don't know for sure because the internet. Hey, man, how many times has one of those talk? What's his name? The talk show host. He gets like a RIP every 3 weeks. Fallon Fallon.
Yeah, I could take a lot, but let me at least be 6 feet under before y'all start, throwing this shit around on me.
Yeah, it's not confirmed yet, folks. So let's not. Okay, we're gonna wait on that. Hope that he pulls through. If everything is still in action. Hope he's able to get better. But let's get into this. Skip, and Shannon, of course.
Skip.
Everybody knows Skip Bayless is a simp for Tom Brady. He ain't never met Tom Brady. And he is a simp for Tom Brady. So anytime you say anything about Tom Brady, he is anointed. He is decreed in his mind that Tom Brady is the greatest there ever is, ever was, ever will be. But it is not that simple. And when people say that, I understand why they say it because they look at the accolades, the accomplishments, the Super Bowls, obviously. But fact of the matter is, doesn't make him the best quarterback of all time. I mean, does he have a lot of records as far as his game-winning drives? Sure, but that's just one element of it. I would say that he is one of the greatest, absolutely. But there are other quarterbacks who played in different eras where the game was different, and they did what could be considered more than he did. I mean, shit. How many elite level defenses did Tom Brady play against versus somebody like Joe Montana?
True. The game was definitely different. I mean, cats were
allowed to.
Quarterbacks were calling their own plays up until, like Jim Kelly.
Yeah. And
so
I mean,
it's a completely different game.
And
granted, no one ever won 7. So that's all that's all he's going to keep coming back to. No matter what you say, 7.
He has 7 Super Bowls. That'll always trump, anything as far as determining just championship greatness. But I mean, quarterbacks weren't protected in the era before Tom Brady. Guys like Steve Young. These are guys who, I mean, come on.
I mean, if Joe Montana was out here playing 7-on-7, he might have won 7. If these cats didn't have to retire in the 30s.
These cats were retiring at like 30.
They're getting mollywopped, and Lawrence Taylor is like trying to wring their necks mid-game. It's a little bit different. Maybe they could have played a little longer.
Steve Young retired at 33. And that was after his ass got knocked unconscious multiple times on the field.
Yeah.
Like, quarterbacks weren't protected. They were getting bodied like everybody else was getting bodied. So there are certain circumstances, and especially when you compare generations of football, where it may not be the truth, but we'll never know, obviously. But I mean, hell, Joe Montana played in an era where they were allowed to tee off, and he won 4
and never lost one.
And don't even what he did. That would mean he was undefeated. Well, he wasn't undefeated. I think that he got knocked out. They got knocked out in the playoffs, right? Maybe.
I mean, obviously he got knocked out of playoffs at sometimes, but if he got to the Super Bowl, he wasn't losing.
Yeah, I mean, he has four Super Bowls, which means he didn't lose in those playoffs.
So just like Jordan, they always say, "Oh, but he never lost one." It's like, "Oh, this guy has more." But he never lost one.
Yeah, Brady lost a couple. Matter of fact, Brady and the Patriots as an organization were just known to not be able to beat the Giants. Didn't matter.
Yeah, Eli was his kryptonite.
Eli was that kryptonite. But this is the thing with this whole argument between these two. And I mean, as well as I know, we've run into these kind of people before. We've had to break down nuance to these kind of people before, who just slap a label on somebody and don't consider any of the other aspects that go along with it that help either their argument or bring balance to the narrative so that their argument isn't dominant because it doesn't apply across the board. And this is one situation where you get that from somebody who thinks they know more than somebody else who actually played the sport. Skip Bayless has never played a sport. I don't count high school. Everybody was allowed to play sports in high school. Once you got to the level where it was competitive and you had to make the team, you had to get given a scholarship to be on the team. He ain't never been involved in nothing like that, where it's cutthroat out there, where you're competing for your spot. He's never had to fight for his livelihood on a field to play. He knows nothing of this shit. But let's listen to.
Yeah, I think he runs marathons
because, who gives a fuck? Runs a marathon. Who you running against? You're running against yourself, asshole. Let's listen to Skip and Shannon. I'm not going to enlarge this because I don't want to let them. They might try and copyright if you use the whole screen. But we'll go through it. Let's listen.
Still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do.
Now, right off the bat.
Oh, hold on, pause it. Kyler Murray just went down with a non-contact injury.
Oh, blew his knee out.
Most likely when you see it like that. Sorry.
He went down, no contact injury.
Just happened.
Oh, they just wasted so much money. They wasted so much money on that boy. All right. So again, let's get back. So that's the kind of shit that people like Skip Bayless, they do something like that. That initially is just ludicrous to begin with. Shannon Sharp is a tight end. Tom Brady's a quarterback. How can you compare those two guys and say one is better? He is a quarterback. They don't even do the same thing. The requirements of him to be a tight end are not the same as him to be a quarterback. If you put him at tight end, Tom Brady would not last a quarter because that's not what he does.
They're playing two
Shannon Sharp
completely
would not
different games.
drop back and throw the ball because that's not what he does.
Yeah, two completely different games.
So you're going to sit there and say you're mad because he played till 45 and you had to retire at 35.
Like the skill set required completely opposite.
Exactly, and
the
life.
Show me a tight end that played till 45. Oh wait, not one.
Shit, ain't one.
Show me any other position besides a kicker that played till 45.
Shit, and they get lucky if they get to 45. It's not even that many kickers.
Right.
A quarterback is the only position on the field where that's even a possibility.
Man, you can't even play for 45 in hoops, man. Shit.
For real. Like, it could only happen at quarterback. But let's keep going because he just starts getting ridiculous, out of his mind ridiculous. And you can tell Shannon Sharp's ready to knock his ass out.
Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No,
yeah, I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
Bro, what? What you mean? So what? What you mean? So what? There ain't nowhere else to go. No. That's as high as you can go. The Hall of Fame.
Every other week, when it suits his interest, Skip always defers. Oh, I'm not in the Hall of Fame. You are. I don't have Super Bowl rings. You do.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time he's trying to make a point, he'll always say something like deferential to Shannon, but now it doesn't matter.
Now it don't matter.
He be on Tom Dick so hard.
So what? You won 3 Super Bowls. So what? You're in the Hall of Fame, motherfucker. What else is there? What if not that? Then what else?
What else can he do? Want a World Series?
Where else you expecting this to go? I don't know. Only playing football.
Hey, he had to tell him before this shit.
I mean,
there's no way.
Come on.
He had to in production. Hey, Shannon, I got one for you today.
I got one for you. Be ready. You'll know. You'll know when.
Please don't stop the shit up me though.
Don't just remember. This is what we do. This is our job. All right. Well, but still, it's like, you know how many times, like, even with just your layman fan will just throw up a Super Bowl stat and say, well, or throw up this person has this many this many yards passing and say, oh, they're the best because they got that many yards passing. Passing yards are not created equal. They are not created equal. If you score 30% of your touchdown passes or get 30% of your passing yards in garbage time, what does that mean? You didn't do shit when the game mattered, but when it was out of reach and you're playing against the fucking special teams backups, now you're over here flaunting your ass. Okay. So it's not created equal all the time. And again, Tom Brady's playing until 45 is unique to only that position. Nobody else can do that.
Yeah.
Nobody else gets a chance to do that. There's nobody else with that much importance to a franchise that can do that.
Oh, because if he played the way he's playing now at another position, his ass would have been.
Oh, he would have been cut 5 years ago. He would have been cut when they lost to the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs like 5-6 years ago. They'd have been like, oh yeah, he's done. He's washed. They don't give other positions chances like they give the quarterback chance. You can have look at the quarterback landscape in the NFL right now. How many of these? I mean, come on. Okay, look, he had a good game last week, but don't get it twisted. Baker Mayfield is a bust. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. You know how long those guys are going to be in the NFL? A decade at least.
Yeah.
Because that's how many chances they'll get just to be on the roster.
To be a first rounder. And some of these cats are going to break some of Tom's records.
Yeah. Just
because the way the league is going, cats are going to start having 5,500 yards in the air, 6,000 yards in the air, and playing until they're 40, easily.
Easily. They honestly take the least amount of contact on the field now at this point. Who's hitting the quarterback? You ain't going to hit him. You know what's coming as soon as if you let that animal out and hit him. Yeah, flag. Yeah. They flagged the motherfucker yesterday just for sacking him.
Yeah.
Who was that?
You can't land on him. You can't hit him in the head.
Nothing. You land on top of him like it's as
hit him in the knee.
maneuver yourself off of a midair.
You got excuse me, sir. Can you please fall down, please? I don't want to, be too much inconvenience for you, but if you can please fall down.
You know what I mean? If you show any aggression towards the quarterback in the act of tackling them or trying to sack them, if you show any aggression, you're getting fined and flagged. Because every 15-yard penalty is a fine to the NFL. That's automatic.
Yep.
Let's keep going.
He's way better than you are.
I'm better than
Way
you.
better.
I got to see what you do. You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal.
Put your glasses back on.
Hey, there you go, right there. Look at that vein right there.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm
it's
gonna
been
whoop this cat."
Skip, it's probably been a long time since you've been out the street, Skip.
For real. That motherfucker.
You need to
Get his
back
chest
up.
caved in.
You need to back up a little bit. Give that man some space.
You need to calm down and stop acting like he know better than somebody who played the game.
Get that man
That's
a
what he need
Snickers.
to do. He over here acting like he knows football. Like, bruh, you cover football. You don't know
covered
football.
it for a long, long, long time. I get it.
Yeah, there's respect in that. You understand some of the, you understand a lot of the fundamental intricacies of the game from a business side, from a strategy side, but you don't know football.
Just like he has more access than, say, my mom. There's a whole other level beyond what he does of access.
Yeah, there's a whole other level that you ain't never been involved in.
The man that's been in those locker rooms, been in those players-only meetings.
He ain't never been in them. And that's the difference, is that these motherfuckers like him have been in them. And you over here like, come on, man. If you were in the locker room, cats would slap you. You sound so silly right now.
Do you see how tight my jacket is, son? These are called muscles, bitch.
I mean, hey, and that cat, Shannon Sharp, hey, that cat is stacked. He stacked it like 50-something. Right. He'll knock this cat clean out if it came down to that. But look, I mean, part of me wants to say, hey, part of this is entertainment. So they have to entertain you with conflict. Well, we don't want them to get along the whole time, do we? We don't want them to agree on everything the whole time. But there are those moments when the ego of this man and the ego of this man collide. In this particular situation, his ego is being triggered for the wrong reasons. Tom Brady, who you don't know personally at all, to stand up and defend his honor for what? He don't give a fuck about you. He don't give a cotton picking shit about you. But this guy, y'all should have some kind of relationship. So why are you going to take a shot at him knowing that this guy is, I mean, come on, bro. I would say top 5 tight end of all time.
Oh, no question.
Hall of Famer, 3 Super Bowls. How many Pro Bowls? Probably more. All AFC honors because he was with the Broncos. Probably more. I mean, come on. That's nonsense. You over here tripping, Skip. Let's go.
On.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you just
go ahead.
You disrespect.
You see him? You see? That's the stuttering of somebody who don't got a fucking argument. And they realize without saying it, with the way he's stuttering and stammering, that he is really kind of tripping. So he's going to default back to, well, you disrespect, because saying you disrespected him or this or that. That's one of the easiest cop-outs a person can use in an argument, because now you have to argue around what is respect and what is disrespect.
Subjective.
You know what I mean?
I said the man's playing poorly. I mean, I think metrics would back that up too.
Metrics would say that is he is playing below average, which you can call poor. That would be objectively true.
And if your team has a losing record, you're probably not playing too great anyways.
Also true.
But you
most of the times.
You want to jump on the table and stand for this dude that doesn't give a shit about you. When I see your ass every day, know your wife.
For real. For real.
Or maybe pop up here like AB.
For real.
Taking pictures with your wife.
Photoshopping pictures and shit with your wife in it. Oh, man, that'd be cold-blooded. He done brought his wife on the show, too, a couple times.
Oh, man. Yeah, this one was out of pocket right here.
Yeah, he out of pocket for this. But the thing is, he realizing that don't swing on him. Don't lose your
That's
point.
what they want you to do.
That's what they want you to do.
Can't be angry black man.
That's what they want you to do.
You can't be the angry black man.
You can't be the angry black man because they will fucking. That's exactly what they're going to label you the moment that you lash out at what is actually disrespect. And they will they'll bypass all the value and the benefits you have to this television show, and they will let your ass out the window.
Respect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your
You would
dignity.
disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player ever played the game, and it's by far.
Have at it.
Okay,
Take
I'm
off.
going to have at it because I'm going to have at you.
Wow. You listen to how he ended this. I will defend him because he is the greatest quarterback that you know what that let me just
he's not the greatest player. And it's not even
he's
close.
the greatest player, and it's not even close. And that's, come on, that's
he should have been struck down by lightning when he said that shit.
For real. Because look, I know there's Tom Brady fans out there who are diehard, but come on, stop. That is just nonsense. And you know what that kind of simping, what that reminds me of right now on the internet is how these motherfuckers are simping on Elon Musk. Oh, that's what it feels like to hear and see people on Twitter constantly defending every fucking thing this guy says, worshiping every tweet he puts out, fucking straddling his fucking scrotum hairs and just flossing their teeth with his taint fucking hair. Come on.
This man could have called your mama a hoe, and they're gonna
And
sit
you would
there
be
and
like,
find
well,
something good about it.
I have 3 siblings. Technically, he's right.
Oh man. Yeah, they're gonna find a way to defend him, no matter what.
That's what that shit feels like. That is literally what it feels like in this video clip to go through comment sections in the fucking Elon Musk Twitter. Because all you see is motherfuckers jocking this dude's dick. Like, bruh, he puts his pants on 1 foot at a time, just like every fucking body else. And if I put my palm of my hand up against his face, it will slap him the same as anybody else it would slap. So what does it matter when he's sitting here talking about gassing y'all up with all this shit about Twitter and this and that? Come on, you're not going to stop using it.
Nope.
He's going to do the same thing to you. He already said it without saying it. He's going to do the same shit that they're doing before in Twitter. He's going to still do it. It's all going to come from him. But, yes, this is the one. I use this. There's a tweet there's a meme that uses this exact spelling, Dick Rider. It's a picture. It's a picture. And it's like a dude yelling out to the crowd, Dick Rider! Like, that's what I put. Every time I see one of those, I have to stop, reply, and throw up a big picture of that dude saying Dick Rider. To everybody who does. I don't even say nothing. I just put the picture up. So people know, what this is right here. He's Dick Rider, straight up. But anyways, I digress. This is Skip Bayless at his most annoying when he's putting up for people who don't really care about him, who don't even really subscribe to any of his perspectives in the sports world. And that's what that's the hill he's gonna die on, which I find that to be quite ridiculous. But it's funny at the same time. It is entertaining to watch him just flounder, not really know where to go with things. But this was even funnier to me. I love this. This shit right here had me rolling for a minute. Here we go.
I don't give a fuck who say what, blood. On crib. I don't give a fuck who say what, blood.
Let's Skip Bayless.
I don't give a fuck who say what, blood.
That's how he's simping on Tom Brady right there. It don't matter what the fuck he said. I don't give a fuck who said what, blood.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who say what, blood. On crib.
Yeah, he wouldn't last too long. He wouldn't last too long in the barbershop.
Hell no, they'd tear him up in the barbershop.
He's still playing at a high level at 40.
Anyways, I just wanted to take a look at that, react to that, because it is Skip Bayless. That's one of the things that he does that is known. He will simp for certain players. So he will not back down. But Shannon had every right to go at his neck right there. He should have just asked him what sports he played. professionally. Hey, so how many championships you got in a professional sport or even in a profession? How many times you been named top writer in any fucking national publication
You got
for sports?
You got a Nobel Prize. You're a writer.
Yeah.
You got what other awards they got for writing?
You got a Pulitzer. You got a Pulitzer or some shit. You know what I mean?
Where are those at? Where you keep those?
He has nothing.
The only Hall of Fame you win is dick riding.
He got a nice little gold chain he wear on there some days, but he has nothing else other than that.
You somehow friends with Lil Wayne.
And so, yeah. I bet Lil Wayne think Tom Brady the greatest player ever too. That's why he think that way. All right, let's get into scores. And our score page on our predictor is malfunctioning at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to use, good old ESPN scores, which always seem to interrupt me with ads that have volume and it's annoying. But we will. How about we just go through them? And let me see here. I got some film for us to look at as well. We'll get to that once we get to the game. Obviously, you guys know Jags did their thing against them Titans. Trevor looking like a baller. We'll get into break down some film in a minute. Let's get to these scores real quick. Patriots in the first quarter against the Cardinals right now. As everybody knows, Kyler Murray went down with a non-contact injury. Probably blew his knee. That's usually how that ends up. Unfortunately, hope that it doesn't end up that way, but we've seen that. We've seen that happen plenty of times. Player hits the ground, no real reason for them to be injured, but they just completely, their knee just caught, unfortunately, in the wrong way, and they're done.
And this is on grass. You don't usually see that.
Yeah, you don't usually see it on grass because grass has give, but, unfortunately, just happened bad for him. Baker Mayfield has his little show-out game in Los Angeles. Rams come back. I mean, how bad is this for the Raiders? They thought they were past this, having to give up leads in the fourth quarter, and they did it again to Baker Mayfield, of all people. Baker Mayfield has 22 for 35, 230 yards, 1 touchdown. Josh Jacobs still burning them, 27 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Rams pull it out 17-16. That might have been the dagger for any hopes for the playoffs for the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know how they are mathematically, but that's who they're doing.
They just got further away.
Yeah, your morale has to be through the fucking floor. This man showed up on Tuesday. They beat y'all on a Thursday.
That is embarrassing.
He's still introducing himself to receivers.
You know what? I would have cried after that shit. I'd have been like, we let this bitch ass motherfucker come in here 2 days after. We couldn't beat him. Hell no, that's terrible.
I've been here for 8 years. This man just showed up. Damn.
Man just showed up and beat us. You don't even know all the receivers' names. Shit.
Hey, you just run a fly. And you come up behind them.
Hey, just run a 9 and you run a dig. That's all I need.
Yeah, he's not even calling out real plays. He just doing some backyard shit.
On one.
Right.
Bills pull it out against the Jets. I think the Jets are kind of landed at this point. They lost Mike White. He got hurt, or he came out. He was in and out of that game with injuries. But Buffalo's able to hold it down. Let's see. Let me look at this box score real quick. See what they look like. Buffalo had 102 rushing, 76 over here. Mike White, he was in and out. Josh Allen, he's been holding it. He's been holding it strong, but not the dominant passing stats that we were seeing early in the season. Obviously, he got that injury.
The last month or so, since the elbow has been kind of shaky.
Yeah, it has. It has. Look at all these runners. I mean, Josh Allen. He
still keeps running the ball.
He's still running. I guess he can do that, right?
He will not stop running.
I guess he can do that.
Yeah. If I was
a lot of people getting catches.
50.
Yeah, they just put in a nice, day at the office. It looks like to me, looking at these stats.
Yeah,
so they just put in a nice day at the office.
Nothing really jumps out at you.
No killer stats, but just consistent play, and that's what it boils down to. That's what they didn't have over here because, you know, you had a guy going in and out, and, you know, he fought through it. He had to go to the hospital, they say, after the game to get evaluated because they're like, bro, you might have like a bruised kidney, a lacerated spleen.
Shit.
He was getting hit up. So I guess, you know, well, quarterbacks like him aren't protected. Quarterbacks like him who are like backups coming in, assuming that starting role. Yeah, they don't protect them that much.
Yeah, you can body slam that cat.
Yeah, you can body slam him all day. Nobody's really worried. He's still on his rookie contract, rookie minimum.
They just look the other way.
Let's see here. Bengals. Man, the Bengals might be the most primed team in the NFL right now. I think this is like what? This is maybe like 5 games. Yeah, 5 games
hot.
in a row.
They're really hot.
5 games in a row, 7 out of the last 8. Shit. 9 what? So I guess these cats are balling. 8 out of their last 10.
Ain't too shabby right there.
I mean, and look, these are like
pretty decent teams too.
Solid win. I mean, solid win against us. They're not I wouldn't call that a quality win per se, only because we know what the Brown situation is.
Right.
Quality win. Whatever. They lost that one. Well, I guess you can. That's divisional, so you do have to call
division
that
game.
Yeah. Quality. Maybe not. Steelers are divisional quality.
The Panthers are no joke.
The Panthers have kind of come on.
They're getting some people.
I don't know. They getting some shit, and I don't know where it's coming from, but I still won't call it quality because they're in the NFC South. They're garbage.
Yeah.
And then you got a couple of, you know, this was actually a quality win when it happened.
At the time, yeah.
Because the Falcons were surging at the time. And the Saints, they've just, you know, the Saints are gonna, you know, they've been streaky, mostly off, but they've been streaky. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Jets earlier in the season. They started 0-2 and they came right the fuck back on. And have only lost 2 games since. So, I mean, that should tell you right there that this is a team that is hitting its stride in a way that that's how you want to be rolling going into the postseason.
Yeah.
They went through their adversity early in the season and they overcame that. So now you're going to see more control from them as we progress. It looked pretty good. It looks pretty good. They're 9-4. Deshaun Watson, he actually had some pedestrian numbers, but I don't think anybody's really expecting him to be, you know, knocking shit out the park until maybe right before the end of the season. He might come on, but
that's a lot of attempts.
Granted, 26 for 42, only 276.
Yeah, he should be up like 350 or so with that.
Yeah, he should be around 350 when you hit that. But they pulled it out. Cowboys almost had the most embarrassing.
Oh shit!
Out of here.
It took us.
They almost had the most embarrassing loss in NFL history.
Hey, you gotta play the full 60.
I guess it wouldn't have been the most embarrassing, but it would have been their most embarrassing loss.
But yes, this would have been the worst loss of the year. Probably.
This would have been bad.
Probably in the whole league. This probably would have been the worst loss of the year league-wide.
Yeah, league-wide. And look, Dak Prescott.
Very pedestrian.
24 for 39, very pedestrian. Really bad. 1 touchdown, 2 picks. 2 picks against the Texans. 70 QBR. Hell.
One of them, he got his arm hit as he was throwing, but it still wasn't like a great throw. Like the guy was
covered.
Yeah, not going to make a great play even if he catches it. And the first one was a really bad throw.
And that's the problem with these Cowboys. Even though they do get the win, you look at this and you say, how did you play down to the Houston Texans? Because that's what this looks like. You just played down to the team you were playing against. So it was a level game until y'all decided to get it at the end. And really, it's more on them that you won it than it is on you. They went down the field, but really, Texans shouldn't have went for that. They should have just took the 4-point lead, keep the momentum. They were up 23-20, and and focus more on defense. But I guess, I mean, a team like Texans, they probably just fucking tanked that on the last series. Like, okay, we played a good enough game. Follow the tank.
We saw what we needed to see.
Complete the tank. That's all we need to see. Which I would imagine that could have possibly happened, because if you win 2 games, I think they're still in number 1 if they win 2. But they got that tie as well. That might fuck them up.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they'll get it. Something tells me.
The Cowboys played down in this one. They're lucky. They lost the fumble too.
Levy might be reaching out to Colorado right now.
Trying to get on as D coordinator or some shit.
I think they got a DC though. Damn. Never mind.
Shoot.
Should I fire his ass for Levy in a heartbeat?
Woo.
Bless you.
All right. Thank you. This one I didn't see coming. Damn. Vikings lose to the Lions. And not just lose. That was a solid
that's a thumping right there.
win. I won't say it was a whooping, because I mean it's 11 points, but there could have been some garbage time scoring going on there. But man, the Lions came to play. Jared Goff is balling right now. Look at this: 27 for 39, 330, 8.5, 3 touchdowns, quarterback rating 120. And really, I mean, hell, Kirk Cousins was balling too.
Both played pretty damn well.
Kirk Cousins, 31 for 41, 425, 2 touchdowns. I think they got down early in this one. That's what kind of like put them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah,
124 QB rating.
But, Justin Jefferson went ham in this game.
Justin Jefferson had 223 yards receiving, no touchdowns, which kind of
hard to do.
That kind of negates that 223 in my eyes, because not wholly, but it takes a little bit of the shine off of that, because at least one. You got to have at least one, because that could be the difference in the game, which it looks like it was. Adam Thielen still plays for these cats? Damn. Okay, ball out. So I mean, look. I mean, Minnesota had to, but yeah, they were down early. They had to abandon that running game probably quick. 17 carries. Oh, they got shut down. 22 yards. Yeah. 1.3. Damn.
Ouch.
Detroit. What the okay. Slow clap. They shut these motherfuckers down. They had 4.5 on 30.
If you make them one-dimensional, but they still throw for 400.
That's, I mean, hey.
Like, we
playing with fire on that one, because you ain't covering nobody.
Like, Coach, you said don't let them run.
You know what I mean? You stopping the run, but you said you ain't covering shit.
We did what you asked.
You ain't covering jack shit.
You said make them one-dimensional.
But they wasn't covering shit neither. Look,
yeah,
I mean,
but the team was, so.
Damn.
DJ Chark,
this cat balling. We gave him up.
Oh, yeah, he's a Jag, wasn't he? Or was a Jag?
Yeah, he was. He sure was. These Detroit Lions might fuck around and make the playoffs. I mean, look at this. They're scoring over 30 points a game. That's just what it is. You got to score 30 and up to run with them. And that's hard. If they get a defense, it's going to be game over. Golly.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, Jared Goff. His career was supposed to die in Detroit. Reports of his demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Right. Doing him like Mike Leach.
That boy back in there, ain't he? Yee. Woo!
Good for him.
These boys in Detroit are now 6-7. I mean, this was a team that was what, like, I mean, this is their
They've won like 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6.
4 out of 5, yeah. I think they won 4. No, they've 5 out of 6. I think they won 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6. Moving on. Whoo! Jacksonville. You know what's crazy? I picked fucking the Titans to win this game, and I felt like they was gonna. I mean, I feel like they were going to run all over these cats, and that was going to be the problem on defense. But Jacksonville.
Well, if you only watched the first quarter, you would have thought so.
Yeah, and that's what that's probably where
They
rope
up Derrick Henry.
Still
a little bit tired.
Oh my God. Get these ads out of here.
Oh man. I do kind of want a burger now.
Jags come to ball, and that's where I'm taking it to the big screen. Let's take a look here. A couple things that y'all need to see, a couple things y'all need to know. Through PFF, Trevor Lawrence since week 9, 1,300 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions, 71.8% completion percentage, 111 passer rating. The boy is him. He's him. And he's arrived. He is here. My guy is killing it. And Jag fans should be happy about that because he earned that shit. And I mean, what a difference leadership makes, right? Like, you get a coach who knows what the fuck he's doing, and things should go along as planned.
Right.
And that's what's happening right now for the Jags. Now, also, got a little bit of film because we know they won the game, but let's see how they won the game. And this was the only film I could really dig up with all 22, which usually doesn't go online until Wednesday, but I was able to get this. And we're going to look at some O-line play as well. But this is a minute and 24 seconds, and it's of just throws that Trevor Lawrence was making. And I mean, these throws are on the money each and every time. Goodness gracious. So they got 2x2 here, one running back. I'd also like to note that somebody clearly saw our breakdown on their film last week, because I saw some distinct changes in the way somebody was playing compared to what we've seen in past film. And I like to think that it's because he saw another old lineman break his shit down. Somebody in the locker room was like, "Hey, yo, check this out, cuz," and showed him the way we were laughing and pointing and just critiquing the hell out of his piss poor play.
Yeah, call it what it was.
Call it what it was. And hopefully that sparked a little motivation into him to stay a little bit longer after practice and work on some of his drills. We'll take a look at 74 here as we go along, but let's take a look at what Trevor Lawrence was doing out there. Now, protection here it's good, it's solid. I mean, it was collapsing, but he had enough time to set and get a quick throw out, and that's on him, really. Okay. His hands are still that's not what when you talk about having your hands ready, this is not necessarily what I mean, because as he's setting, this is just, you're at a disadvantage when you set like this. Like, you have nothing, what's showing to that defender? Your whole chest. Right. Now he can think of moves he wants to make, because you have, and now look at this is what we call efficiency of motion, right? So as a lineman, I want to have my hands up in a boxing position so that the only motion I have to make to stunt this pass rush is this motion. Yep. With both hands, or with one hand, or 1-2, like boxers, meaning you can do it different ways, different areas to grab, but I want to be able to go from here to here, and that's it. I don't want to do all this and do all that. And look at how this is actually a good swipe down that he does here. But he has to go from his waist over his head and back down, and he has to time that right. Now, this defender he's not helping himself. He goes in for a quick hand swipe, misses, and he's leaning, so he falls forward and he swipes him down. That's a clever thing to do, but that's not something that works all the time against top tier talent.
You might get away with that once or twice in the game.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with that against somebody who's really, understands how to attack your hands. Now, I would say, looking at my right tackle here, this is what you want to, that's how you want to set, really, in his positioning. He's inside out on this guy. Now, again, I would be like, dude, get your back up a little bit, like stop, you're bent over a little bit too much there. straighten, bow that back up a little bit, get them hands up. He's got one hand here for presence, which is a good idea. And now, if he sticks this hand from right here to right there, he turns this dude's shoulder back up the field. But what happens here is,
oh no, come on.
He does the wax on, wax off. He goes around the outside of his arms to his pad, and just there's no force there by the time your hands land. No force at all. And that's why the defender doesn't really move. He's able to continue and counter with another pass rush move. Now, our center here, or who is this? No, our right guard, he's got the right idea with how he starts. You want to kind of stay where you are. You don't want to. It's hard to kind of explain this. It's like you want to pick him up and put him down.
Yeah, you don't want to go anywhere.
You don't want to go anywhere because
this guy's right where you want him.
Look, and he's right where you want him. And look what he's doing. This dude is his angle is so rotated in you. It's easy to see for me. He's gonna try and cross your face. He's leaning into this damn near already. If he's gonna rush upfield, you can jump set him right there and shut him down, knowing if your quarterback is gonna be throwing it quick or not. Right there, and he slips on his foot. Flipped, going inside. But look, he actually is a smart D lineman. He continues with his counter move.
Yep.
Goes to his counter. Now, what he does here that gives him an advantage is he kind of got him with the slip. It kind of got him he overcommitted on trying to put pressure on him going to the inside, but he's countered his momentum and has got to the outside on him now. And now this is it's gonna be an exaggerated response from the guard because he now has given him a lane to the quarterback. Now that might be illegal hands to the face here, but the ref doesn't see it. And now he's trying to rip through. He's late doing that. He should have did that the moment he turned this dude's hips. The moment he turned his hips right here, he should have been ripped already. This should be ripping right now because you got him. I mean, you got him by accident, and he overreacted to you a little bit. So it's kind of a hey, it's not really your fault, but he just took advantage of the situation as it was.
Yeah.
Because now, and I mean, he's got a clear path. This right here doesn't look good at all. We'll get to that. But look at that throw. I mean, that's a back shoulder. This motherfucker has no idea that he even threw the ball.
He's still running.
He's like, what the fuck? A Jags quarterback? On the money? Oh, he dropped it. You fucking dropped it. See, hey, look. I give these cats credit because they're playing above their weight in the receiving core right now, which is the truth. These guys are mostly possession receivers who are good at winning those kind of balls. Back shoulder, 50-50 up in the air ball. They're receivers that I think are good at that. But I mean, hell, dude, right here, it looked like he slipped, but I mean, that's supposed to be in the pocket right there. That's supposed to be in the pocket.
Can't do it
now, real quick. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about this right here, because this shit. Honestly, if I'm being dead ass right here, this should never happen.
Never.
This
ever.
is a miscommunication on one of them not knowing what the protection is, because I have a hard time understanding why a guard would set out to the DN if there's nothing coming off the edge, and there's nothing coming off the edge here. So either he thinks they called he's sliding too far. Even if it was turn protection, you still want to stay right here for presence. You never want to go away.
No reason for him to just go out there and block no one.
Yeah, he doesn't need to take this lateral step. I mean, I would, as a guard, I would be right here. I would pick this foot up and put it right back down and just, either hammer him with the shoulder and let the center come in to mesh with me, or get an arm up to keep him at length while the center gets in position. And if he rushes outside, then I just slide with him. But more than likely, because this is his gap, he's gonna try and play in there. This right here.
Look at the center's eyes.
This is a problem too.
I think he's either getting ready for the game,
yeah,
or he wants to be there. I think that's Simmons over the right guard. They're good interior.
Yeah, he's their good DT.
So they might have like a game plan thing, like, hey, even though we're sliding to the left, if nothing comes, I want to get back to the right. I want to get back to their better rusher. And this guy's just blocking it like it's, they're sliding out 2-jet out to the slot there.
Yeah. He's sliding like this is 2-jet. The running back is running off to the right. This shouldn't happen though. I mean, you have to feel the weight there, and by the time he's now paying attention to it, I don't know that he's paying now. Oh, geez, you're split. It's too late. That's how quick it is. You're split. In the next frame.
Shit, neither one of y'all gonna block me? I might as well just go up.
He said, all right, bet. And so honestly, it held up long enough. So when you see stats that say that they're not giving up sacks, okay, but is this good pass protection? No, it's not. Because he's still, imagine if this dude's a microsecond faster and he hits the top of this shoulder as it's going backwards. Because that's what he's trying to do right there. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes.
One step faster in this pass rush, and the shoulder might be gone. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to bash on cats because, I think he's trash, but I don't have nothing personally bashing against them to say these things. I'm saying it because I've been in all these positions. I've played at all these positions. I know what you're supposed to be doing. And these are the reasons why you don't want to lose a fucking shade, should not be splitting a center and a guard. Because that's the one time when some shit like that would happen and his shoulder gets fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
On the one time we screwed up a protection. And that's why they say it should never happen.
That guy is typically the worst rusher of the front four.
Yeah. This guy's the worst one. That's their best interior rusher. He could play at DN too. That's how much of a rusher he is.
He's a solid player.
He's the best rusher of all four of these guys, honestly. So they shouldn't be having a tough time with anybody really but him.
Right. Yeah, it looks like they just fell asleep right there. Didn't communicate properly.
Yeah, there's definitely was a communication issue with the guard and the center for sure.
But unlike any other position, you gotta pitch shutouts at O-line.
Yeah. On the O-line, you can't lose. The one you lose is the one that it's going to end up on the fucking sports center. You're like, oh, God, there it is.
Kick your dude's ass, for the 70 plays, but on play 71, he gets a sack. You got a shit game.
Sack, fumble, turnover, and now they got a chance to win it with a minute and 30 left.
Hey, and you can't really redeem yourself on the O-line.
And nope, there's no redeeming on that. There's no redeeming. They're going to talk about it. All right, so here we got what looks like 3-jet. Now, this is what I like to see right here. It's a small thing, but it is a thing that does make a difference. When you're vertical setting here, you don't want to take that hip away like that because now you're opening up a lane. Yeah. If you're going to vertical set, your guard is going to try to get as much on this guy as he can to try and, solidify that, but expecting that you're probably going to come off late to block your guy. You're going to have to come off to block this guy here. Because he is rushing. Unless he gains to the inside, then you can pass it back down. Now, in that case, they're kind of moving themselves on to different levels right here, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think 99's reading. He's kind of slow playing.
Like natural gaming it?
Waiting for that natural, for that natural rub. And the way that 68, I think, is opening that hip, he's not doing himself any favors. Because it's going to be hard as fuck, to keep him from getting upfield. As you open that hip more and more, you got to just turn and drive block him at some point. And
once he gets upfield on you, you have no recourse to anything coming back towards you.
As soon as he sees
nothing you can do.
He's coming right behind that 310. And there's nothing
right
he
here,
can do.
That's what he sees. Now they're fucked. He can't come off on this. He doesn't have any way. He has to literally launch himself in here to take over this guy, which is going to be hard to do. And he's actually able to get it up.
75 right there.
Yeah, 75. Yeah, he gave him that. He launched himself in. It allowed him to actually plant and push, which that's a good recovery because it didn't look like they were going to be able to do it initially because he's so committed into this. Now, one thing that this guy right here didn't do that I just saw him try to do late was when you're this penetrator here, a lot of times when you miss that rip, what they'll do is they'll hook under the arm and they'll start to lift the guard from his left side. That's what he tried to do late. Now, if he tried to do that a step earlier, now you got a problem because if he tries to do that step earlier, he's coming on. He's balancing on his right leg while this guy's going around. That's what a good pass rushing D line would do to you. Now, right here, this guy's a good rusher, but he does it late. And this guy and his tackle does a good job of burying himself in there to push him off, and he's able to recover it. Now, again, what happens here? The quarterback still gets hit. He doesn't take much of a hit, but those kind of things turn into bigger things if you don't solidify the technique on that game right there. And, looking over here on the left side, they got a game here. And actually, this is not a bad job. He set out way too far again, but he's keeping inside leverage on this pass set, and he's able to pass this motherfucker off. And that's good. They don't run this very well, to be honest.
Yeah, this one's not set up good.
You can tell this is a setup. If I'm a guard, I'm already like, why is he juking his way down into this pass rush? Juke. Okay, I know what's coming here. Knock him out. He's gonna bounce off and knock out there. Good job passing it. But like I said, you don't want to set too far out there. Again, we saw what happened with good rushers. Now here, not a great rush. Like I said, these guys aren't pass rushers. There's a reason why their secondary be getting smoked. But, still, look, that's good. He got his hands into this dude immediately. A little bit high, but he got him there. It's good right here. He already engaged, has him having to lift an arm off because he's got an arm under it, which is good. That's good. They're running the game right here. It looks like it's going to be an ET.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's going to try and bury he's aiming for this hip to knock through and get to the quarterback.
Ooh.
And that's what the fuck you do to his ass. That's what you do to him right there. I like that. That's what you do to him, bitch.
Damn.
That's what you do. And you know what? He knew he was going to do that.
Yeah,
he sees that in his peripheral, and he knows all he has to do. He doesn't have to disengage and run at this guy. He needs to turn and plant and just fire his hips forward just a little bit. Yeah, right there.
Not up in here.
Burying him. And that's textbook. Look, he's even looking like, God damn. All right, bitch, sit. That's how you do it. That's textbook right there. And this tackle does a good job here. Look at his set. He gets I don't like the fucking chippity chop, but that's how he keeps himself from oversetting it, is keeping his feet as close to the ground and chopping it as he can. But what he does good here is he's reading that. He stays square enough. He's turned a little bit here, but he stayed square enough to be able to react. And he's back on top of that.
And
that's a damn good job right there.
And you have time for that looper. It's more important to shut up.
Yeah, you got more time. It's going to take this guy forever to get out here and do that.
So you got to shut up that penetrator. Yep. He does a pretty good job here. So all in all, I'd love to see that dude get planted like that.
Yeah, that's to me, that's plus. The whole, you get a plus for everything on this.
That's going to give an O-line. That kind of shit gives an O-line coach an erection.
Oh yeah, they get crunk. I got crunk. You see, I just got crunk thinking just talk because that's what it's supposed to look like. I see too much of this shit in the NFL now where you'll never see that. Look, he tried. Hey, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Let him know you're gonna gore him if he try to get up, bitch. Ooh.
Do that shit again.
That's good. Okay. It worked. Oh, look at the pass. Oh my gosh. Look at the pass. Pocket presence. Yeet, right there.
Ooh, that was close.
It was close, but that was on there. You had to be accurate for it to be good.
Yeah, horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yep, that was a damn good pass. Now here, let's take a look at 74. This is a better vertical set. That's better. That's what we want.
Yeah, dragging off that 3 technique too.
You got time. Now don't get too stacked right here, because if he goes long shoulder, that can cause problems.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to do this. That's what I don't want to see you do. Open your hips up and turn on it. Just keep your set. That's all you got to do. Keep your set. Keep kicking, nigga. Keep kicking and shoot your outside arm and then bring this arm in and hook it under his armpit right there. And you got it. Running back gives
running back saves him right there.
He saves it because I'm not sure what was going to happen there, but you were not in a good position to take this on. See, this dude is just not a good rusher. If this was Micah Parsons, my God, that might have been ugly. But
as soon as that right shoulder turns right here, spin it inside.
Yes. Because look, he's committing immediately to lean into him. Don't lean into people to block him. Don't lean into him. Strike them like a boxer and snatch their ass like a bouncer. Strike them and snatch it. Because look, he hits him, and what's he doing? He's falling around. Your legs are all over, they're off the ground. But then I'd say, look at this over here. You can always see a little bit of the difference here. Everything here, how much did he have to move to do that? He's doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
The same thing. And he stays square to the line, still has a stagger, and he's able to just plant and get himself. And look, he's holding a little bit, but shit, it's hey, this is fucking football.
You can call that just about every play.
You know what I mean? This is somebody who's aware right here. He feels this defender and he takes him over, letting his guard pick up this guy. Now the guard, again, I don't like how this is what we were taught when I was playing. You do not want to get when you feel like it's going to be a game, you don't want to get too into this to where it turns you. You want to try and stay as square as you can. It's not going to always happen, and this isn't a bad job by him at all. It's just that to make it a little bit easier, you want to kind of keep some kind of relevance to the field because he should be on a vertical set that's straight up enough where you can just go lateral to pick this up. And shit, man, real talk. If I had a play that I could pull up from when I was playing, off of I got to use the European Game Pass site because the US one is garbage. But if I had my VPN on, I would, maybe on Wednesday I'll pull one up just to show because I got some knockers. I got some knockers on my film.
Ideally, you want to snap that so hard that it propels you back inside.
Yes. You want to and that's why it's important when you set to get your hands on these motherfuckers. Because once he starts doing this, we played against the Seahawks and I had this exact same thing. And I threw him into him, knocked him down. They're just laying there. This was what's his name? The DT Bennett from Seattle. The one who wore the fucking weird shoulder pads. Bro, put pads on.
Cut way in here.
Yeah.
Michael Bennett.
And I had this cat swinging, trying to punch me in the face because I threw him into his linebacker and they both fell down on the first play of the game or second play of the game. It's like if you get a hand on these cats, you don't understand how you can really use him. I would do that a lot. If I got my hands on you, I would use you to block somebody else if I could, if the chance arose. But he does a good job here recovering. That's a good job. But the problem, again, is because you had to make that drastic turn to pick him up, now you're turned again, and your hip's going to be open because that's all you can do. Luckily, your center, presence of mind, good here to stunt that because that could have been a problem.
Yep.
Could have been a problem. That's why he's there, though. That's why he's there. You're supposed to be helping. This is a very good job. Very good job of keeping your eyes up and keeping looking around. And it's happening fast as shit now. That's happening fast. And he just got a little pop on him, but that was enough.
That's all you need.
And then you got Trevor. Trevor was good enough to roll away from it. All right. Now this here, your running back actually, your running back does a good job here because he has to, that's a scat. That's a scat right there. So he has to actually go against the protection. He's going against the protection to pick up an outside man, which that's hard. Okay, look who's okay. Keep running. Keep running. Don't stop. Play ain't over yet. Keep going.
That's called effort.
Keep going. That's effort right there. That's effort. That's bare minimum that they ask. Just give effort. So good job. Next play. Okay, running a bootleg. That should be a plus for everybody. Don't fuck that
across
up.
the board.
Don't fuck that up. That should be a plus for everybody.
Elephants on parade.
Oh, tight ends. And oh my goodness. Look at the pass. Look at the pass. Under pressure. Yeek. Money. And he fucking dropped it. That's why I said, yes, they're playing up right now as receivers, as a core. But they're not, that they still need a guy who catches this every time. And they ain't got that right now. All right, here we go. This should be the last one I'm looking at here. This is just, okay. See, okay, so this right here, this is what I call, that's good right there. That's good. I didn't like the way he set. The way he sets pisses me off. I'm not going to lie. Because look at all this. Look at what you're giving the defender right here. Nobody else is giving this much space to work with as you are. This tackle here is not giving this space. You're giving him 2 yards to beat you inside. And that's the quickest route to the quarterback. Now, what he does do that's really good here is he's overset and he's got his feet in the ground and he sees that this guy, I mean, he's telegraphing that he's going this way. So you got to redirect laterally. You can't redirect. You can't try and cut him off because you're just going to give him another way to come back this way. You got to go flat here. So you take him flat. And then he'll try and counter back out, and you stay with him coming back out. So let's see what he gets here. Okay, good job. Now, this is the problem. Don't lose your base. Don't lose your base. And then look, that's easier said than done, but you have to drill. You have to drill this. You have to drill where you have to react and redirect laterally, stop a guy, and then get back into the stagger of your set so that you have strength and a base to sit under. You don't have a base right here. And now this is an opening for the quarterback to be hit. And these are this is something that it's little when you're looking at it and you don't know that this is a position right now when you have your feet stacked up like this, that you have no ability to stop a counter. None. The only way you can stop a counter is to open your hips and allow for more space for them to run through and then try to run them. But at that point,
you got to run them right to the quarterback.
Come on. This is, again, they're not going to say he got sacked or even maybe won't even say he got hit on this. They might just say he got pressured. Maybe. But that's not good because this might happen this time and he got it off fine. But 3 more times like that, which one of these is he going to? I mean, hell, he gets hit. He gets hit. Now, if he's a step faster on the D-line and he's a step faster, they bat that ball down or they're able to collide and hit him as he's throwing. And you never know what happens. Quarterbacks' hands are fragile things.
Right. And we both know it's a copycat league, so they're going to see a lot more of this.
I mean, look where they put the ball.
Until they get it stopped, they're going to see this.
And then that's why they were getting it this entire game. And they were barely hanging on. And this is not a pass rushing defense. That's why they're doing a lot of this because they're not great at just rushing. So they're going to run games to try and create lanes to run through. And that's what they do here. An ET should never make it, ever, in my opinion, especially when he's coming from this far out. Look where he's coming from. An ET from this far should never make it. Should never make it to the quarterback.
It's going to take you half a second just to get to the damn guard.
It's going to take you a second to get over here. And by that time, like, I'm waiting on you. I'm like, okay, I see. He's barely rushing, so I know he's getting ready to take off. I mean, look, this dude isn't a pass rusher. Why the fuck would I even be worried about him? He's not a pass rusher. He is. Look where he's coming from. He's not going to – they should not have been able to even get that close. But that's a damn hell of a pass by Trevor Lawrence.
That's impressive shit.
That cat, he's balling right now, man. I think right now, I argue he's the best quarterback in the league just in this week. He's the best quarterback this week in week 14 in the NFL. But, those are the things. Those are the little nuances in pass protection that, could still affect them in the future. But Trevor Lawrence is making all the throws. He's efficient. And, I mean, they know what they got. They got a franchise one with him now. So, with all that, let's keep on moving. I know we spent a good bit of time, but that was the breakdown stuff that I wanted to do for O-line stuff. I'll try to look up O-line stuff for other teams. It's harder to find. I don't know why, but by Wednesday, they have the all-22 footage like that, and I can do some more on Wednesday if we get time. Eagles blow out the Giants. Jalen Hurts, look, they're just like the Bengals right now. They're just going and efficiently mauling teams, and they can't do anything about it. 17 carries, 144, 2 touchdowns, 21 for 31, 217, 2 touchdowns, 4 for 70, touchdown. That's just a methodical beatdown. 12-1. 12-1. They look hard to stop. They look hard to stop. Let me see what the Giants were looking like. Daniel Jones is not, he's just not doing anything he's not being a playmaker. That's the only issue with him, is that he's just not the playmaker. That's good for a team that's able to win, with 25, 30 carries for Saquon and them running for 200 yards or 150 yards. Yes, those numbers would probably play out and be fine, but not against a team like this. They can do this shit just as good as you can.
Right.
Actually, they can do it 125 yards better. Shoot.
Damn.
5.3, 8.2. Damn. Who got all these
Golly.
yards? He only got 77.
Oh, Miles Sanders
Yeah.
went crazy.
Yeah,
I
Miles
think he had
Sanders
like
went
150
crazy.
or something.
Yeah, 8.5. So he must have he had a long for 40, so that probably gave him a good boost. Damn. Oh, Gardner Minshew getting some PT out there, cuz. 1 carry, -1 yards. How did he get in the game? You don't got no passing stats. Okay, Gardner. See you. All right, let's keep him moving. Oh, no. Don't get me copyright blasted. All right. Ravens pulled it off against the Steelers. I had the Steelers winning that one just barely. I said it'd be a 2 or 3 point game, though. Steelers fall to the Ravens. I still think the Steelers are going to end up with an 8-8 record. Or a 9-8 record, something like that. They're going to be 500.
Hey,
I think. Why is Trubisky playing, though?
he always finds a way. Oh, Kenny Pickett got knocked out.
Oh,
Like one of those like slung to the ground tackles and hit his head.
he got concussed.
Yeah.
Ugh. I didn't see that game. J.K. Dobbins, 15 for 120. What the quarterbacks look like in this game? What the Ravens look like at QB? Tyler Huntley.
Huntley got knocked out too.
Oh, he got knocked out. Oh, so they just was out there they just ran the ball the whole game. Yep. Yep. I said, okay, no more passing, huh? Yep. 42 rushes, 215. Come on, Pittsburgh.
Get a run clock out
All
here.
they could do was run the ball. Najee Harris, come on, man. What's going on? Y'all boys out here just 3 picks. Trubisky, come on. But that's what I expect him to be like that. This guy got knocked out at the beginning of the game, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty
First
early,
play.
I think. First play, I didn't know that. But
0 for 1. That's the only thing he got.
Well, that'll do it.
That'll do it. And that sucks. That does suck. All right, let's keep it moving. Chiefs. Oh, Broncos scored more than 10 points. That's a win. That's a win for them. 28 points.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
I think that's the most they had all year.
Yeah, this is the most points they had all year. Yeah, these bums. Oh. And he got knocked out. That's probably.
He got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, he was asleep.
He was asleep, huh? 23 for 36, 247, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 6 sacks. He takes a lot of sacks. I don't know why. 6 sacks. Patrick Mahomes, he threw 3 picks too. Damn, okay. Sacked twice. Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes is his interceptions probably aren't going to cost him like his interceptions would. But that's still not a great stat there. But hey, he's not invincible, but he's close. Running game wasn't really shit for both. They had 19 for 105 or 106, 5.6 a carry. Russell Wilson had half of that. So, no, their running game actually wasn't about shit. Let's see here. Mahomes, look, Mahomes doesn't really get a lot of running yards, but he can run. It's weird.
Yeah,
He doesn't run that fast, but he seems to just run forever, and nobody really gets near him.
Yeah, he's a big cat. I'd say he's probably 240, 245.
Yeah, he is a big cat. He's
not going to like run away from you. But, if everyone's down the field covering, he doesn't have eyes on him.
So we had Wilson getting concussed. We had Pickett getting concussed.
Tyler Huntley.
Unprotected quarterbacks. I think Russell Wilson lost his protection card once they went like 3-5. They were like,
Well, he was also doing some dumb shit. He was like trying to leap over somebody, and then he got caught up as he jumped, and his face broke his fall. Basically,
he was going up, and something caught him, and he came straight back down.
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, that does not look." And sure enough, he stayed down after it. But yeah, if it was in the pocket, he doesn't have the Tom Brady protection. But
hell no, he don't. He's one of those QBs that do be getting wrecked sometimes, and refs just be like, "It's good hit, clean hit." Oh Lord. All right, let me put this. Let's see. Did I just pull these down? Let me put these back up. Shoot, these scores. Over here going through it. All right, we got the Bucks. My God. And this was what sparked Skip Bayless. The Bucks getting their fucking teeth kicked in. Tom Brady is washed. Let's just get past that at this point. He is washed.
Skip gonna find a way to call that the greatest game a quarterback has ever played.
That's the greatest game a quarterback's ever played, losing 35-7. Nobody's ever played that solid. Yes, I will defend him because he's the greatest quarterback there ever has been and ever will be. 34 for 55. Jesus, 55?
I mean, they don't even try to run anymore.
Yeah, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He sucked. 36 QBR, 63 quarterback passer rating. I mean, Brock Purdy outperformed Tom Brady in his first start. 16 for 21, 185, 2 touchdowns, no sacks, no picks, 134 QB passer rating. Come on, man. We see that. Oh, Lord. Christian McCaffrey went vintage. 14 for 119, 8.5 a carry. That means he was gouging these cats.
Yeah, he looked solid. I mean,
he said, shit, let me get some of that San Francisco Bay 72-degree weather in the winter. Shoot, hamstrings stay loose. You know that's what he been dying off of. Them hamstrings been killing him.
Yeah, you got some of that home cooking.
They put it on him. 36 carries, 209, 5.8 a carry, 3 touchdowns. I mean, you're going to win when you do that. Close to 90% of the time, I think. Yeah, you do this kind of numbers running.
Yeah, Debo got hurt in this game, but they said he might have avoided serious injury. You seen like how cats are getting like their legs caught under the tackler this year, like all the time.
Oh yeah, that's not
one of those deals
while their legs stuck. Yeah,
because you can't hit anybody anymore, so you got to like wrestle people to the ground. So it's one of those type of deals, and they said it's just an ankle. I thought it was a knee when it first happened, the way it looked. But if he avoided a serious injury, he can go for the playoffs. This is going to be a team that no one wants to fuck with.
Yeah. San Fran is going to be that same dangerous team that they were last year that nobody really wants to play against. And, I mean, look, if they can protect Purdy by having a stout running game that forces defenses to, crowd the box and play up close, that'll protect him in the passing game. Because this is kind of where you want him to be at. 16 for 21, 185. You want him to be right around 200, throw a couple of red zone touchdowns, not ask you to to save us, not ask you to save us unless it's absolutely necessary. And, hey, because at that point, we just flipping a coin if we ask you to save us. And we hoping that you can just get one of those, a play to go. But this is what you want him to do right now. You want him to be a threat, but a threat that is used in the right situations, right football context. Don't put him out there and be like, yeah, we're going with a game plan where you're going to throw it 35 times because you're going to see 2 interceptions if you do that.
Yeah, at least.
You're going to see 2. So Tampa Bay is a dead carcass right now, 6-7, but not really looking. It's not looking good for them at all.
They're going to be a division winner.
Somehow they're still going to win the division. That's the part that's
they're going to get a home. They're going to get a home playoff game
and get stomped out in that playoff game. Let's see here. Seahawks lose to the Panthers, who are surging. The Panthers. How many in a row is that? 2 in a row. Okay, so they won 3 out of their last 4. Okay. So surging, but not necessarily, not something that I'm deeming a real threat to anybody else's success. This is non-divisional game, so it doesn't really play in that much. But let's see here. Geno Smith, I mean, he threw 3 touchdowns. What the fuck happened? Oh, we threw 2 interceptions too. Okay, that makes sense. Sam Darnold, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
14 for 24, 120, 1 touchdown. As pedestrian as it gets.
Check down Charlie.
But check down Charlie. Didn't hurt his team too much. Didn't hurt his team. Geno hurt his team with a couple of picks, 3 sacks. He cooled off a little bit this game, it seems like. He cooled off. And that kind of cost him. Well, you take one of these picks away, or one of these 2 picks away, and maybe it's a different ball game. Because points off. Let's see if they got any points off turnovers. See here. Interceptions.
Well, even if they didn't score directly, I mean, a 31-yard interception return, I mean, that's going to give you a pretty short
Yeah,
field.
that's good field position, likely good field position, probably good field position here. 20 yards going back. Yeah, you probably got us at least 5 yards or so past where we would have started on the kick return.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But Panthers pull that one out 30-24. And probably the biggest surprise of the night, I would think, Dolphins go into LA and lose to the Chargers. Chargers, they played a hell of a game on defense. Not a game that we expected them to be able to hold up in the secondary, but they did, forcing basically a shutout against Tua. Tua went 10 for 28, 145, 1 touchdown. Below pedestrian.
Yeah, at some point, he was like 3 for 18 or some crazy shit.
At some point, he was just it was looking bad for him, huh?
Yeah, he had a terrible start to the game. And I think the one touchdown was because the defender fell down trying to guard Tyreek.
So it was a gimme.
Yeah. And another score they got on this like fluky like fumble that popped right into Tyreek's hand.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and Tyreek picked it up and ran it. Got a touchdown off. Yeah, that's just so it really should be.
Well,
it really should be 23-10.
Yeah,
is what it should be. Now, okay, what's going on here? Turn this off. These motherfuckers. Justin Herbert on the other side, the one that Emmanuel Acho called a social media quarterback, whatever the fuck that means. 39 for 51, 367. He's the only motherfucker out there who's, he's the only one who can get it done, really, right? For that team. They're injured to shit. He's just got to motherfucking make it happen. 1 touchdown, 102 passer rating, 67 QBR, 4 sacks. I ain't mad at these stats. The situation calls for it. He got to throw the ball 50-plus times a game. That's what it is right now. But it was enough. It was enough. Yeah. Got it done.
Well, here on this chin.
Got it done. Big win for them too, because they looked like they were about to go on a bender of just getting their ass kicked. Yeah, because this cat was taking so much. Justin Herbert was taking so many hits. He was just getting bludgeoned out there, and they were losing. They were losing dramatically. So it was not looking good, but they actually righted the ship, getting a win. Ooh, good for them. Good for them. And let's see here. Let's go back and see. We got the Monday night game going on right now. 7-6. Patriots over the Cardinals.
Real barn burner.
Cardinals. Yeah. Colt McCoy in at QB. He's 12 for 17, 115 yards. Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. If it's not looking great, they lost Kyler Murray. We'll see if he's able to if we're able to get more information on him as this thing goes on. But he's out in the
gulag somewhere.
Yeah, he's waiting on that. I think a Call of Duty patch came out today. That's why he grabbed at that knee like that. He says, "Shit, it's almost midnight." No, but we hope that he's not injured seriously. But that is going to be it here for us. Oh, you watching it right now?
No, they haven't said anything about it. I was hoping they might.
Oh.
But
Okay, well, we'll figure it. We'll figure it. We'll know by Wednesday. We know that much. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for us here on Lineman Life. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Share this with your friends. Boost us up on that YouTube algorithm. We do appreciate y'all for being in here with us. We will be back on Wednesday with Urinating Tree and 5 Point Vids. But again, we do appreciate y'all. We will catch y'all on the next one. Everybody have a good night. Peace out.